Hi, Gemini, and welcome to April 2024. All right, let's get started. This read is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. I'm starting with the past life oracle to see where the thread is for us from a past life, whatever lifetime that is. Wow, biblical. Time of Jesus. The time of hard work. Putting in the hard work. The simplicity of life, of all of life. Where it all began. Some of us have, which I can attest to this, wanting to visit Jerusalem. Maybe you're planning a trip, but those times, even though they were very difficult, I may even think, I'm not sure if this was in your March read of biblical, but it could be. I'm not sure. I do know, I think you got this before though. In any event, it is about working hard. It is about what we believe in. It is not necessarily a religious belief. No doubt it is believing in one God and believing in the energy of a God source that is love. To love others, to be in service to all. Okay, Gemini, let's see what's happening. See that? Look at that. Wishing upon a star. I love it. Definitely wishing upon a star. Being very transparent. Being the star of your own show in terms of balancing your yin and yang. Knowing that miracles abound. You have spirit guides and angels that definitely are helping you emotionally and mentally. Emotional and mental new beginnings. Ooh, I love it. The Fool. Some of you literally, I am going to say this, literal and figuratively completely changing your identity. It's like a whole redo. Masculine and feminine, whatever. The Fool could be masculine or feminine, but we do have the rainbow. Some of you, Somewhere Over the Rainbow is a significant song to you. Seeing rainbows, knowing that you are transforming into a whole new you. Like, you're going through a transformation. And it hasn't been easy. Nothing worth having, which we've seen in biblical times of Jesus, that nothing worth having is easy. And all those adages, the old adages that follow us in our lifetime and in other lifetimes, that we've been here before, only to understand it. Not to understand it only, but to live it. Seven of Swords. Wow. So that kind of feels like that came out of the blue, right? Something like what came out of the blue? Well, what I used to believe in, who I used to believe in, who I literally took at face value and showed me a different person, who I believed, who did I allow into my sphere of trust and loyalty, and who needed to go. I want to know what this Seven of Swords is looking at as he's trying to steal the show, steal what? Steal the show. What does that mean? It means don't let your ego get in the way, and your pride, sorry. Don't let your ego and pride get in the way of what it is you want, of where it is you want to go, who you want to entertain into your life, and who you don't. So what fits and what doesn't. So it's a whole new beginning, Gemini, but making sure that who you put in that circle of trust is trustworthy. Because what someone says and what someone does are two different things. And I'm going to tell you right now, a masculine, and here's the feminine. So the feminine is transitioning. The masculine is still going through some stuff. Transitioning into being, like letting her ego, letting go of the ego, right? No identity. And the masculine is still pushing through. He's at the 7. Do you understand that? And that's where the two become a whole. The two become whole. Once that ego is dropped. This could be an external person to you, or it's part of your compass. Your letting go. Becoming the fool by taking off all the masks, right? I don't know why I'm hearing fool for love. Let's keep going. Oh, fool for love. It fell out. We're taking it. I mean, come on. And it's going here because the masculine, it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, who's like, they had a decision whether or not they were going to stay or they're going to go. And it looks like they left. Someone just like left in the middle of the night. And they have to leave their pride and ego behind. But nonetheless, they're harboring the pain of the loss, for sure. Quicksand, right? Quicksand. Quicksand. A quick getaway. Once you fall into that quicksand, it literally absorbs you, which is like the ego. It just, right? It just takes you under. And someone just knew they had to, I feel, for some of you, someone knew that they needed to rip off the Band-Aid quick. Make a quick getaway so they wouldn't, they didn't think they would maybe harbor any pain in a quick getaway, right? But it always catches up. Someone definitely was a fool for love. All right, let's keep going. Now we're going to start. Let's just keep going with the narrative. Okay, Judgment reversed, right? Spirit's got your back. Some of you are parents with a child. This is the red-tailed hawk. who is the Holy Spirit, who is guiding Gemini, guiding you, right, to make decisions that are for your highest good, as above, so below. This is, again, they're all naked. The good news is they're covered up, so we don't have to worry about, pretty much covered up, right? Anyway, it is about it is about a death of someone that we have loved, potentially lost. I say potentially because you never lose, like if you're a parent, you never really lose the connect with, the ex. It's not like you lose it. It's just, it's different. All right, so we don't want to judge anyone, but someone probably did not tell us that they were harboring some pain of their past. Maybe they were harboring a loss, literally a loss of someone who has crossed over to the other side. And, it's not a convo that someone wants to speak about. It's not easy. I couldn't even imagine. Not only how it feels, but I couldn't imagine wanting to really have a convo about it, quite frankly. This is the sands of time. Did I say that before? The sands of time. Where it looks like the masculine was trying to get away with stuff, but it was really, they didn't want to share the real pain of a past loved one. And when I say past, it's P-A-S-T as it is P-A-S-S-E-D. And wanting to give love, wanting to go another, come and share their cup with you. They want to because they're sad. Maybe they're ready to open up, if you will. A father might have had some time to really see the light about a loss, right? When we know that there's only two ways, absence makes the heart grow fonder, or, out of sight, out of mind. And here in this depiction, someone is definitely harboring the loss of someone who they no longer are connected. They're connected in heart, but not connected in the physical realm of, let's have a convo here. Someone wasn't ready to talk about it, and maybe now they're coming back to share and shed some light on a situation after it's taken them a minute to really, go through what they needed to go through. There's a lot of steps that one takes. The steps of grief. Whether it's the grief, a loss of someone who has passed and crossed over, or a loss of, in any way, a loss. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, look at that. The angels, spirit guides, angels are saying, Listen, we've got your back, Gemini. We know who's left your life, and we know why. You may not know why, but we do. And we know that sometimes we need to allow people on the earth plane to go through a period of loss on their own. They need to go through it on their own. We can be there for someone, but sometimes they don't want that. I think, Gemini, you felt really stuck. I feel you were really stuck, waiting, wondering what pain someone else is going through. You wanted to figure it out for them and to help them, but you can't do that. Let's get another one here. See, you just can't do that. You can try, but someone has to go through the depths of their own, per se, losses, egoic or otherwise. Someone has gone. They're the warrior. They're coming back to tell you this. They're coming back to show you where they've been and what happened. People are watching this happen. People are saying, you know what? You did the right thing by just not saying a word. You did the right thing by letting it go. Even though you felt stuck in a situation where you really wanted to help someone, it was not yours to help. And it's certainly not yours to say, someone may come around to say they're sorry, but it's not like we need to hear it. Anyone that has left our lives in the physical or non-physical of this earth plane, we don't need spirit saying. You don't need the forgive me, I'm sorry. You really don't. Aries, Leo, Sag. Could be sun, moon, or rising in their natal. This person has been through a lot. This person already feels stuck. Harbors so much pain of their past that you probably, Gemini, can't even fathom. Someone's healing. Masculine, feminine, a father. And when Gemini's in the middle here, the middle ground, which it seems like it's taken its course of how it's happened, Gemini stays in their own lane. And you're transforming you have already transformed because you're the fool starting over with no identity of an ego. Spirit has already lifted you out of that realm of egoic desires, pleasures, etc., and put you in a place where it's like, hey, you're transparent. You know that the things that Spirit does are happening for a reason, and sometimes we just have to stay out of it. Even though our hearts are there, our hearts are in it, we feel, perhaps some of you feel another's pain and sorrow, but you're doing the best that you can by just staying in an emotionally stable to either stay in your own lane, and not hinder the situation. Let's go here. Let's go for Gemini. Look, you know what happened. You know what needed to happen. You already dropped your ego. You already went through that. Spirit's already saying that. I asked for that here, that card to be here, because you took yourself out of the equation so that someone could go through whatever they need to go through on their own time and in their own way. Do you see what I'm saying? There it is. Thank you. And that's why this is happening. Definitely. Staying in your own lane. Not asking questions. Allowing someone their space. Even though they're stuck. They're stuck. Maybe at some point you felt stuck. Because you didn't have answers. Because you didn't hear the I'm sorries and all that. You don't need them. This situation now makes you happy in your own rightful place. This gives you the strength to staying in our own lane gives us the strength to be balanced. And then the other person's truth, because that's what they're telling me, this is this other person's real truth. They may feel like they got slighted. They were slighted. This is Libra here. They may feel that something was done unfairly to them. But that's their ego, because they're just on the precipice of letting go. This is 7, and this is 8, and then this is another sword. So the silver lining here is that we're almost done feeling sorry for ourselves and playing victim here. And then what happens? We learn what our worth is once we get out of our own way. You could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or an Aries, Leo, Sag, but, someone's saying the third party, if there was a third party or whatever, where someone couldn't, wasn't being fair and honest to you, Gemini, it was because they were working too hard, or they had a boss that was making them, no one makes us do anything, but I'm just going to say it, was making them think things that were to their benefit and not yours. So that 7 of Swords could have been someone who you were dealing with, their boss or their BFF, or you had a choice of 2. We have 3 kings. But someone's playing the victim and other is the victor. The victor and the victim. That's how I see it. And what's the choice? What's the quest? Not the choice. What's the quest? The vision quest. Is someone what? Gave up? No, no one gave up, but someone did cross over. Someone is still attached to someone who has crossed over. Look at. See that? We cannot make someone, nor do we understand it unless we've been through it, Gemini. If you've been through a loss in terms of a loved one, a crossing over of someone bodily crossing over, their spirit is around this person all the time. Right? But they're still suffering the loss. It's upright. And they're still attached to this loss. They're attached to this person. So they can't make a decision. That's why the 8 of Swords is here. This person, whomever this is stuck. Is stuck with their past pain. So yeah, they're kind of victim mode, kind of victorious in the sense of, you know what, right now I'm focusing on my money, and so I'm making money and not really focusing on anything else. And definitely not focusing on Gemini. I'm sorry, Gemini, but really, come on. Someone has to go their own spiritual journey at their own spiritual time. They have to go through it. And we cannot be a part of that journey because that's their journey. You're already in this ascended mode of self-realization. And it happens over and over again. It's not just one, it's not a one-time dark night of the soul lifetime. It is many lifetimes, almost dating back to biblical times. We probably sat at the Last Supper and you have no idea who you were. So, look forward, not you look forward, you look back to look forward to something in your life that will transpire as helping someone by not being there in terms of unless they ask for your help. And being happy in your own rightful place. Being strong and being happy. And you're not talking to this person. So there's really no convos between you and this person. And, same person here. Because they need time for themselves. You know what? Everyone is on their own spiritual path. And Gemini, you guys also are on your own spiritual path. You're just at a frequency that's different than another's. And that's why now you're not talking. And here it is. Look, the King. And you're telling me that because you're not talking, but here is the King and the Queen. So this you know to be true, even though you're not talking to this person. You know what you do know. It's like these cards are all over the place, right? What you do know and what Spirit is showing you is that time is giving you a chance to figure out, your new beginning of the Fool and being in a happy place and just staying in your own lane and doing your thing and being happy where you're at. And then, everything else just falls into place. Let's go over here real quick. Someone's feeling, okay, they're telling me this, to add more to the not being able to let go of this for your person. Someone is also feeling like we said, we couldn't really talk about it because you can't really talk about, it's not, no words can express a loss in any way. Someone needs to see it for themselves. Someone needs to see it for themselves. Someone is sad about the loss of someone that was near and dear to their heart. That was their star. It's either you or it's the loss of a loved one that they are still connected to. We're always connected to love. But you can love two people at one time. But this was your Nine of Cups, or their Nine of Cups. You and them and you, or what have you. Let me get one more. Is this your person? Is this you or is it their person? I'm not really sure. Let's see. 3 people. Oh my God. 3 of Cups. You can love 2 people at one time. You know what I mean? And we learn through every experience, we learn. We learn that that the only thing that matters is love, we know. But we also know that we have to allow people to heal on their own time. And really and truly, I can't emphasize it enough. I can't emphasize it enough to realize that we can only help people so much and take them with us. We can't take them with us. We can only take the love with us. And if that love chooses to come back, then that's a different story. This could be, Gemini, you and the person you're married to, a marriage, a live-in situation where you do find yourself very happy and you're not talking to this person that you've lost, maybe a third party. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It was, and it could be very much with the devil, the addiction of, the honeymoon phase, the excitement of having a new person in your life. Or it is the other, which I really feel in my heart of hearts, is someone's really going through it, missing someone and healing from a huge love that they have lost and are in heaven. Look at that. She sits over here. So this is an Aries, Leo, Sag, with probably a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn moon, because we had the moon with that justice around here, right? So that's someone's natal chart. And focusing in on, so air signs are dealing with water and fire and or earth. So the bottom line is, whomever we have loved and lost, they have to find their own way. You have found your way. And you could be already in a relationship, or this is you became whole through this loss. You learned a lot through time, through not talking, and through experiencing, right, a whole new beginning. And this is like the masculine and feminine coming together and just being happy, right? Because you've already dropped your ego. So you're on a different path than someone who's like in it. Yeah, it is all about timing too. So, okay. So I feel that that's what's happened. And looking back and looking at this side of things, this person may want to come back. And look, the Fool. Then that's when they're ready. Oh my God. This person may come back. If you're single, Gemini, this person may realize what they've lost and who they love, and that they realize that what we said is true in terms of one love doesn't mean that we can't love another and give our love to another. So someone may be coming back to say, okay, I'm now ready. Because it goes like that. I don't know, my nose is itching. I'm now ready. Oh, look at that. I'm now ready. And equanimity must be had, for sure. Like when you're looking back maybe some of you are on the prowl, but I feel like someone knows that they're going through, someone knows that someone else is going through a rebirth, right? And leaving it all behind. Yeah. But someone once who you have split from or allowed someone to grow on their own could very well be coming back to offer up maybe a collaboration of some sort. So what do they say? All is fair in love and war. I just heard that. Oh my Lord, right? All right, Gemini, you know you deserve love. Come on now. And I know you've got your eye on the prize. This could be the one. See these two? Look at these two. The angels have been going through, they're messing with me. My nose doesn't itch, but of course in this read it's itching. So this is, you've met this person who is someone that you have gone through many, you have gone through much time with and much heartbreak with. But you know, right? What is worth having is worth fighting for. Someone really was not being honest with themselves because I feel they became the victim of circumstance. I'm going to get another for the deception. Victim of circumstance. They didn't trust themselves. So hence they're not wanting to trust you. Right? I feel someone's ego. This is the ego. You know that. You see the mask, don't you? The mask had to come off for someone to have a realization of whom they can trust. And the angels had to help bring this person back to like a reality of all you have to do is the 8 of Swords with the 2 of Swords becomes a 10 of Swords. So I'm going to tell you guys, this person fought tooth and nail with their ego, their pride, even to the point of greed, because they were trying to figure out how they could forgive themselves, right? What's the saying? Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. And that's what this is. That's what this is. They had to forgive themselves. And they only just needed Gemini to bring that truth to the forefront, because the air signs, as many signs who are enlightened, and what I use enlightenment, I'm not using it as a word like for commercial purposes. I'm using it as, once we light up the truth in our hearts, we allow, that's what enlightenment is. Inner light that shines out for all to see, not only who they have become or who they are, and also that truth of enlightenment, inner light from us, brings a truth to help someone get through their shadow. That's the mirror. Light through the dark shadow. Someone had to go through this in order to realize. And it took a while, and I'll tell you why. Because these two are youthful in nature, so to speak. And or it was a third person. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone had to come very much to terms with the third person. It could be the person that they're grieving over, of a loved one who is crossed over, or it's a third party lover who's left. But makes no difference, because the pain is somewhat, well, deeper for some than others. You know what I mean? And we can't understand it, so we stay in our own lane, Gemini, for the most part, and let people figure out their own light. Even though we showed our light to them. We have given our love and light and truth. They just didn't see it. Okay, and wow. New moon's coming. Is it April 8th? New moon. A union. Maybe going to the beach. Maybe someone's going to say, come on, let's go to the beach. This is the promise. And this is the one. Well, I certainly need to hear your comments on this one, for sure. This is a great reading, and it's very beautiful because, honestly, all pain is different, right? And we don't know, literally, we don't know what happened. But we probably do. And we felt versions of pain from this past biblical time in order to get where we're at today, of the promise of a new day, of the promise of a love that is the soul to soul connect. And it's taken probably, for some, it's taken like eons to get these two together on the same page. She's in a wedding gown. To want the same things. All right, I love you guys. Comment, please, and have a great month. Take care, Gemini.